What is DNA? DNA, an abbreviation for deoxyribonucleic acid, is a polymer compound that contains genetic information in living organisms. It is structured as a double helix with two long strands entwined around each other. DNA plays various crucial roles, including 1. Storage and transmission of genetic information. DNA stores all the information of an organism, and this information is transmitted to offspring through cell division. 2. Protein synthesis. DNA provides instructions for the synthesis of proteins. Proteins play a vital role in constructing and maintaining the structure and functions of living organisms. 3. Maintenance of cell structure. DNA is essential for maintaining the structure of cells. It combines with other cellular structures to uphold the form of the cell. 4. Regulation of cellular functions. DNA regulates the functions of cells, including growth, division, and metabolism. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is composed of nucleotides, which are the building blocks consisting of a sugar, a phosphate group, and a base. The bases, represented by the letters A, adenine, G, guanine, C, cytosine, and T, thymine, form the genetic code. The double helix structure of DNA is formed through the pairing of bases. Adenine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. DNA plays a crucial role in the growth, development, reproduction, and overall functioning of living organisms. It stores and passes on genetic information to the next generation and provides the necessary information for protein synthesis, the fundamental unit of organismal structure and function. DNA is present in the cell's nucleus, mitochondria, and chloroplasts. The nuclear DNA forms the genome, containing information that determines all characteristics of an organism. Mitochondrial and chloroplast DNA regulate the functions of these cellular organelles. Essential for the sustenance of life, DNA is involved in processes such as cell division, protein synthesis, and gene expression. Understanding the structure and function of DNA is crucial in biological research, contributing to the comprehension of evolution, disease onset, and the development of new therapeutic approaches. So, when a mutation occurs in the genetic information of a specific cell in a part of the body due to radiation, etc., does this spread throughout the body? Also, are some of the mutations passed on to future generations? Radiation-induced mutations can potentially spread throughout the entire body. Radiation has the ability to damage the DNA within cells, and this damaged DNA can be passed on to other cells during the process of cell division. Consequently, mutations can occur in any part of the body after exposure to radiation. However, not all mutations necessarily spread throughout the entire body. The likelihood of mutation spreading depends on whether the cells with mutations can divide and generate new cells. Generally, cells with high rates of division are more likely to facilitate the spread of mutations. For instance, skin cells, blood cells, and reproductive cells, which undergo frequent division, are more prone to the spread of mutations caused by radiation. Some of the mutated genes can be inherited by subsequent generations. Radiation-induced mutations may occur in the DNA of reproductive cells, and these mutations can be passed on as genetic information to the offspring. Therefore, exposure to radiation may lead to genetic disorders or abnormalities in future generations. Specifically, the spread and genetic consequences of radiation-induced mutations can be explained as follows. Spread. Radiation can damage the nucleotide sequence of DNA. Damaged DNA can be transferred to other cells during the process of cell division. Therefore, mutations can occur in any part of the body after exposure to radiation. However, the spread of all mutations throughout the entire body is not guaranteed. It depends on the ability of mutated cells to divide and generate new cells. Cells with high rates of division are more likely to facilitate the spread of mutations. Genetic consequences. Radiation-induced mutations may occur in the DNA of reproductive cells. These mutations can be passed on to future generations as genetic information. Consequently, exposure to radiation may lead to genetic disorders or abnormalities in the offspring. Radiation-induced genetic disorders or abnormalities can manifest in various ways, including cancer, Radiation can induce the development of cancer. The risk of cancer increases depending on the amount and duration of exposure to radiation. Birth defects. Radiation can lead to abnormalities in the structure or function of a fetus. Exposure during pregnancy can result in structural or functional abnormalities in the developing fetus. Psychiatric disorders. Radiation may contribute to the development of psychiatric disorders. The risk of conditions such as schizophrenia, depression, or Alzheimer's disease may increase after exposure to radiation.